Hello and welcome back to my workshop. On the lathe today I have a large chunk of elm. It's a piece from that Hall of Elm I made a video of a few weeks ago. It's quite a large piece and it seems quite dry, so I'm going to have a shot at turning a large bowl. It probably is still quite wet on the inside, but I think I should still be able to turn it and finish it pretty well. Right now the diameter is about 11.5 inches, but that's likely to reduce slightly, probably to between 10 and 11 inches, and it's 4 inches thick. So I'm going to go for just a simple fruit bowl kind of thing here. I have it mounted on the lathe with a faceplate mounted on a chuck, being supported with the tailstock, and I'll turn away most of the waste like this to get the piece balanced. It is still quite heavy on one side. Once I've got it a bit more balanced, I'm going to try out my bowl turning attachment that I recently got. I've not had the chance to turn it in a large bowl yet, so I thought I'd take the opportunity in this video to give that a try. So without further ado, I'll set the camera up and we'll start roughing this outside of the bowl. I have the outside of this blank roughed out now, and you can see why it was that I was excited to get into this blank. When I was preparing the log for this, I cut off a burr off the side of it and it's coming through on the base, and I'm hoping there's going to be quite a lot of that burr figuring on the inside of the bowl as well. So I've left just a little tenon here to go into the jaws of my chuck. I'll get this reversed and rough out the inside. It's quite dry on one side, but it's damp on the other. It's not excessively wet, so I'll rough out the inside as well, and I'll leave it for a few days in all of the shavings on the floor here, and I'll turn it and finish it at the weekend. I think it's Monday today, so I'll give it a week. It's not very wet, it is just a little bit damp, so, and it is just on the one side, so I'm sure it'll be dry enough to actually finish at the weekend. The first inch or so boring into the face of this bowl was quite dry, but past that it has turned to be quite wet again. But I can start to see now that we're getting this gorgeous burr pattern coming through on the inside, and the more I hollow this out, the more that should become apparent, which will be a lovely feature for the inside of this bowl. Here is the bowl rough turned now. It's got some gorgeous figuring on the inside. I'm really happy with how that burr pattern has come through onto the inside as well, and these changing grains here is stunning as well. I have a nice uniform thickness here. It's about 15mm thick, so that should leave enough for it to thoroughly dry out and turn to a nice clean finish as well. So the bowl currently is still 11 inches in diameter, and it's 3 inches deep as well, so it's going to make a nice substantial fruit bowl once it's finished. Most of it is quite dry, there is still just a little wet patch there, so I'm going to leave it in the corner covered in all of the shavings from rough turning it, and in a few days it should be dry enough to finish.